You're listening to the all-new Grindtime Sports Talk in the Mornings with Baldhead and DB. Check us out on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to your favorite podcast. Please like, share, and don't forget to subscribe. Check us out Monday through Friday on the Grindtime Media Network.
Grind time, top of the morning. DB, what's good with it?
Top of the morning, man. Late nights, early mornings. What's going on with you, man?
Chilling, little cuz. Late nights, early mornings. Few technical difficulties for you this morning, huh, little cuz?
Oh, yeah, man. You know, man, there's always something, man, but can't stop, won't stop.
Can't stop, won't stop, baby. The show must go on. Grind Time Sports here, live on this Wednesday morning. May the 8th, 2024. Another night of NBA hoops. Fantastic night of hoops. If you ask me, 2 game ones in the semis, Eastern Conference and Western Conference. Last night, did you check out the games last night, DB?
Man, I did. I did, man. And, you know, it was ups and downs in there, but, you know, he got through the night.
Yeah, we got through the night. I think you kind of got the predictions. Yeah, you killed the predictions last night on the Celtics game. We actually split, actually. You got one and I got one. We're going to start with the one that I got, which is the one that you got, the Celtics and the Cavaliers. Donovan Mitchell stopped by in Boston, Beantown, to face off against Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, and the Boston Celtics. And Mitchell and the Cavaliers lose game 1 of the Eastern Conference semi to the Celtics, 95-120 last night. They was pretty much getting blew out most of that game last night, DB. I don't know, man. I guess my guys are kind of tired from going 7 games with the Orlando Magic, something that they shouldn't have done, if you ask me. But it happened. So, what you think about the game last night, DB? How did the Cavs or the Celtics look to you last night?
Man, so you right. I think they a little bit. I think they are exhausted and overwhelmed, man. With that 7 games, they went with the Magic, and then they were Boston. They're like, oh
right.
Man, they're like, good Lord, now we gotta face Boston. We did this with the Magics, and I just think that they feel like they a little bit over their head right now.
Mm-hmm.
So, maybe they didn't get enough downtime to maybe refresh and replenish themselves all the way, or at least get their groove or confidence back up.
Right.
I think you know your boy came out there. He did what he always do. He dropped 33. He looked good. You know, at some point of time, you know, even though he was 4 from 11 from the 3-point line, he still flipped it off in his 37 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he carrying a heavy load over there, man. He carrying probably the entirety of the scoring load. Ain't nobody else consistent scoring over there.
Yeah, man. Unfortunately, you know, still delivering. You know, he did the best he could. Boston just too much. Boston gonna be too much for him, man. In my opinion, because Boston was looking good out there, man. And like I said, they were shooting like crazy. You know, they gonna shoot recklessly all night. You know, they'll shoot 53s, and you know, attempt to hit all 50. So, I think Boston was looking pretty decent for the most part. Jalen. I mean, to Tatum, he really didn't do too much. Especially his game wasn't really an only game. He jumped 18 and 11, but he also had the help from his support cast, and that's what did it for him.
Yeah, he did have the help from the supporting cast. Jaylen Brown had help from his supporting cast last night. Tatum didn't necessarily show up in superstar mode. He only had 18 points, but he did have 11 rebounds last night. White had 25 points, 5 assists, and 1 rebound. Jaylen Brown pretty much carried the scoring load for the Celtics last night, though. 32 points in his 34 minutes. He didn't seem like he could be stopped for a lot of that game. They didn't have an answer for him, and I guess Jason Tatum just kind of took a back seat when he saw Jaylen Brown balling so much on the Cavaliers. But they better not take the Cavs lightly, man. Obviously, they at home, and they're the favorites to win. They're the best team in the whole NBA this year. But the Cavaliers are sneaky good, man. Donovan Mitchell show up with them 40, 50-point games, and every once in a while he will get some help from one of his role players and one of his other quote-unquote co-stars like Darius Garland or Jared Allen. But he gonna need a lot more help than what he got last night. What you think?
Yeah, I most definitely agree. I most definitely agree with that. But with I know Jared Allen being out injured with that real contusion. I know it's going to make the game a little bit more harder for them guys.
Right.
Without their big center there.
Definitely.
And then the thing about with Boston got this thing to where they got Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, to where if it's almost like a no-show for one of them guys, the other one kind of click in.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean? And then I think that, Brown, with that edge and that dog he got in him, I think that he still, I think personally he don't like the back seat.
You don't think so?
No, I don't think he do. So that would keep his motor running even harder to be the top dog. You mean of that team, and make his name stand out. Okay. I don't think he like to be the second guy to Jason Tatum. So I think that would pushes him to strive. It make him strive to be better than what he be.
But I don't know why. Why you think he don't though, man? Somebody gotta be 1A and somebody gotta be 1B on the team. Can't be 2 1As.
Yeah, and that's the thing. That's why I say I think he strives in his motor run harder for him to outshine and prove that he can be better than Jason Tatum.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think this team should be my team. I think we should lean on me more than Jason Tatum. I can produce, I can show, I can come out more on top every night versus JT.
Right.
You know what I mean? Look what I can do.
Yeah, but that's not what it's about though, man. If Jaylen Brown is trying to make himself the best player in the NBA and he want people to know and see that about him, then he's going about the right way having that attitude. But if he's looking to win a championship, teams win championships. So are you kind of saying that Jaylen Brown feel like, I guess Jason Tatum's been the leader of the team several years. They've kind of flamed out in the Eastern Conference Finals. They lost in the NBA Finals. You think Jaylen Brown feel like he could lead the team to a championship better than Tatum? Is that what you think?
Yeah, that's what I think. That's what I think. He's one to prove and show. He always. I know you should always play the game and do your best in it at your very best. And I think he does that, and I think he strives and he tries very hard. And with him doing that, he's showing, hey, guess what? I'm more efficient than Jason Tatum.
Right. I feel that. I feel that, man. But he really isn't though. He really isn't. He doesn't show up and consistently take over games the way that Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum being the leader of that team, to me, is what led them to the best record in the NBA. So how can the guy, I don't know how he could all of a sudden feel like he should be 1A. He should be the leader of the team. And the guy who's been the leader of the team all year has led them to the best record in the league.
Well, it's been games where they both, like I said, one cut off, the other one cut on. You know, I don't necessarily know the understanding of their game with the understanding of with who, you know. So if both players hot, they hot. You know,
but it's only one ball.
It's only one ball, right? So you know, that's the thing. Do the other guy go ahead and just fall back and let the man that's hot take the ball, or does Jaylen Brown? Because it's kind of hard. I really never see a game where Jaylen Brown falls back and just allows Jason Tatum to be Jason Tatum in a game, even when he gets the high hand. He always tends to want to come out and show
that he's just as good as Jason Tatum.
Yeah, he is as good as Tatum.
I agree.
And so it's, you know, I just think that that's a mystery, man, and I kind of see that from Jaylen Brown, and that's what I get from him.
Yeah. Well, I don't know, man. That's a pretty good start for game one for Jason Tatum not to have the best game of his of the playoffs right now, and Jaylen Brown to kind of carry them and for them to win so big over Cleveland. I don't know, man. It might be pretty easy for him, but I doubt it. I just think Donovan Mitchell, JV, the coach, Bickerstaff, they're going to come up with a game plan. Probably not get nothing in Boston. They may have to go to Cleveland to get a game or two in order to just kind of get on the winning side of things. But I think the Cavs can make it a good matchup. I think they are outmatched with the Celtics on paper, but I think the Cavs, just with the heart that they got, the size that they got in the paint, if Jared Allen can return, they could be a formidable matchup for the Celtics.
Yeah, like, you know what? I think it'll be okay. You know what? I'll give them one game. If that, I'll give them one.
Gentlemen sweep, huh?
That's right. I think it's a sweeping season this season, man. This year, I think it's a sweeping season this year, man. So I'll give them one. That's what I got for them.
Okay. All right. Well, DB say the Cavs gonna get one, so we'll see how that go. But they are already down 1-0 right now, or 0-1 to the Celtics. They lose last night, 95-120. The other NBA game started a Western Conference semis between the Dallas Mavericks and the OKC Thunder. Mavericks lose that game last night. It was almost an identical game. Both teams that lost scored 95 points. The Celtics scored 120. The Thunder scored 117. It was literally almost identical, both games. But and it was identical the way that the game was going, because both the Mavericks and the Cavaliers both kind of took a beat down yesterday. But that's just kind of how the playoffs is. This the semifinals. It's the first game of the semifinals. Both teams were on the road. It's very common for both teams to lose that first road game. I think in most of them situations, you just trying to find something, DB, just to see if you could possibly steal game two from them and then just kind of flip that home court advantage around. What'd you think about the Mavericks and the Thunder last night?
And I think the OKC did. I think the Thunder did a good job, man, of playing ball, keeping the ball out of Luka's hands and Kyrie and making them work for it.
Yes.
I think they did a great job with that, man. They was all over him, man. Have a mother like Gravy on Master Taylor. And you know, and I've watched him seen plays where it was trying to pass it to Luka, and he just couldn't get the ball. He had to go ahead and just pass it somewhere else. He can get it. And I think they understand and they know where the threat is and what they have to do to stop that threat.
Yeah, get the ball out of that guy's hands who slows the game down and moves the game at his own pace. That's Luka. Yeah,
that's Luka. You know what I mean? And I wouldn't be surprised if they watched that Minnesota game and kind of took a couple pointers from Minnesota also. But the defense was nice.
Yeah, but I think the Mavericks can make an easy adjustment. You know, Luka slows the game down when he has the ball. In my opinion, when the Mavericks have the ball, they can easily control the speed of the game, because Luka can slow the game down and keep the defense on their heels that way. But Kyrie, you put the ball in his hands and he can go 100 miles an hour, and you don't know what he's going to do. So it keeps the defense on their toes. I think Jason Kidd will go into game 2 with a better strategy. I mean, the OKC Thunder are a young team. I think Jason Kidd could pull one out in OKC if, you know what I'm saying, if he comes up with a pretty good game plan, the next game plan, and they can manage the game speed a little bit better. But to OKC's credit, they have not lost in the playoffs so far. They are doing the exact same thing that the Minnesota Timberwolves are doing, DB.
Yeah, they young and they young and gunning, man. They are, man. And like I said, they feel like they right there, and so they gonna give it their best. They are. They gonna give it their best.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you got Gilders. He do his thing. He was 8 from 19 from the field goal, and 2 for 4 from 3-point line. He dropped 29.
Mm-hmm.
He had Check. He had Check. He had 19. So he had to help. I think
18 from Jay Will, 16 off the bench from Wiggins. The other Jay Will, 11 off the bench. They have good scoring on like 9 players on their roster, bro, can score the ball pretty good. Double-digit scores. Yeah,
double-digit scores.
Yeah.
And that's what make it, and that's what kind of make it a problem, man. And I just think if they don't come in, if the Mavericks don't stop them guys, Dallas Mavericks don't stop them guys,
mm-hmm.
they don't come in and take game 2, it's gonna be a problem, man. It's gonna be a problem. Yeah, for the rest of the season.
Yeah, I agree. And coming into the series, the coach of the Thunder was asked about how would they match up with Luka Doncic. With Luka Doncic, controlling the game or controlling the entire series in the first round. They asked the Thunder coach, and his answer literally was just make sure Lou Dort is on time for the game. Like Lou Dort's defense on Luka Doncic will be enough for the Thunder to win the series. Lou Dort didn't have a good ball game last night, and he's a pretty good scorer, decent shooter. He had 7 points, 1 assist, and 4 rebounds, but clearly he was focused on his job and keeping the ball out of Luka Doncic's hands.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree, man. He did a great job, man. Like I said, I was in to where he had Luka, man, telling him to just pass the ball off somewhere else, but he couldn't get his hands on the ball. He couldn't do what he wanted to. He, like I said, he had him smothered, man, and it was crazy, man, how the defense was out there, was pushed out there on the Dallas Mavericks. They really turned it up for him,
Yeah.
And,
that's got to be their strategy against Dallas. Is they have to have a defensive focus on Dallas's 2 superstars, because all Dallas is to me, they top heavy. It's Luka and Kyrie, but they top heavy enough between them 2 players that they can win some series in the playoffs. I don't think it's enough to win a championship though, especially in the West, with as well as the 2 best teams, the Thunder and the Minnesota Timberwolves, are playing.
Right. Yeah, I agree, man. And then with Thunder, they had 52 rebounds, 29 assists. So they had the ball moving, and also they was controlling the ball, second chance points and everything. It was just it just seemed like that. It just felt the Dallas Mavericks that's too little, man.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Yeah, I told you, man. Chet, big man running the floor, 3-point shooter, stay out there on the wings. That makes OKC a very difficult matchup, man, because it's hard to keep your bigs down in the paint when you have such a good big that's a 3-point shooter, and then you have these superstar wings who can really handle the ball, like Lou Dort, Shea Gill, and like Jay Will and the other Jay Will off the bench, man. I just think OKC is a handful for any team in the West.
Yeah. I think they have to most definitely worry about Minnesota for sure, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I think Minnesota got their number, if you ask me.
The Thunder.
Yeah, they got the Thunder number, if you ask me.
Okay. We'll see, man, because they both looking good right now in their second rounds of the playoffs, man. So maybe we'll get a Minnesota OKC Western Conference Finals, man. That would be a pretty good one. But right now, the Thunder got to take care of business against the Mavericks, but they did get game 1 last night over the Mavs, 117-95. Yesterday also, we had an award be handed out. One of the better big defensive players in NBA history, if you ask me, because this is his 4th time winning. Rudy Gobert, he wins Defensive Player of the Year. And this is a game after his Game 1 performance against Jokic. Like, it's rightfully been given to him after his Game 1 performance against Jokic, where, in my opinion, he stayed on the ground, kept his arm up on him, just stayed. He made himself a menace, a nuisance for Jokic that entire game, man. And he made me think from that one game that the Denver Nuggets don't have a chance against the Minnesota Timberwolves. And it's just because of his defense on Jokic. 4th time winning the Defensive Player of the Year. My other favorite defensive player that I know for defense, who I feel like is, I guess, quote unquote, the GOAT, is Dikembe Mutombo. Do you think Rudy Gobert could overtake Dikembe as being, you know, that name that we know for blocking shots? You know, we know Dikembe for blocking shots and wagging his finger. He's the greatest shot blocker in NBA history to me. But I think Rudy Gobert and maybe even Victor Wembanyama can give him a run for his money. What you think, DB?
Well, I think that, you know, shout out to Rudy. You know, he's doing his thing right now. And, you know, and I can't take that away from him. Mm-hmm. But I can't ignore that it's the new young talent and that is coming to the game, man. You said it, Wembanyama. Mm-hmm. I think he's already been matched up, and if you look at the numbers, man, his numbers is already up there for the blocks and everything over Rudy. I think that he's gonna make it. No disrespect to Rudy, but I think, with this next season coming up and everything, it's just gonna be too easy for him. I think he's gonna surpass both of them. I think he's gonna surpass Mutombo.
Even with all of the offensive responsibility that he got, you still think he could, on the defensive end, be greater than Rudy and Dikembe?
Yep, I agree, because I mean, look at this year. This was his first season in the NBA, and with him having to get acclimated and get comfortable and everything, and to the whole thing of what's going on and the players and the starstruck and the stardom. I think with him having to deal with that and control his excitement and take in what he's doing and what he's dealing with and where he's actually at, he still performed at an all-time high rate. You know what I mean? As an individual player. Well, I think next year it is going to be an even better situation for him because, like I said, he's more comfortable. He settled in. Hey, it's kind of getting old to me now, so I'm understanding, and it just set it in with me that, hey, I'm in the NBA, I'm in the American game, and I didn't play against these guys last year. I'm going to see them for a while. I done seen them already. So, hey, let's go ahead, turn this thing up, and do what we got to do.
Yeah,
and I think that's what he had with it.
Yeah, I feel that, man. But if you're telling me that he gonna surpass Rudy Gobert and Dikembe Mutombo's defensive paralysis, and he's gonna be one of the best scoring bigs in the game, possibly winning championships, yo, man, that's GOAT territory, DB.
Yeah, it is, and mark my words. Like I said it May 8th. You know what I mean? Days I said it. If we better come into this day and play this back, that hey, I called it down, and I saw the future, baby. So and like you say, that's GOAT territory. He's something different. We never seen it. Like he's pretty much alienated, man. And I think he's like one of the next best to come. I think he's going to be that big face that's going to be seen. That's going to be one of the big names outside of the bigs. He's going to be the next best big that comes in to do it. But I think the names that's going to be ringing in this league after LeBron, man, the years to come, it's one of those is going to be him.
Right. I feel that too, man. I feel like that about Victor myself, but I don't know. I don't know if he could be equally as good on the defensive end as he should be on the offensive end for the Spurs to win. But in any event, this conversation is about Rudy. Rudy won his 4th DPOY, man. I think that's like an all-time great accomplishment. I think Rudy Gobert, based on his defensive player of the year awards, Rudy Gobert is a first ballot Hall of Famer to me. What you think?
Nah, like I say, he did his thing. I think he, I think he deserved it. He got it this year. He deserved it. He's proving himself and doing what he's doing, and doing a lot of deflecting of the ball. Not getting his blocks in and
I mean, he just big, and it's a lot of people big, but Rudy knows how to be big and stay down and just have good defense. You know what I mean? And 4 defensive player of the years, yo man, he's probably the greatest defensive player in the league, in the league's history at this point. But you know how it is. In the moment when people are playing, it's hard to give them their flowers. It's like Brian. When he's long gone, I know that everybody's going to be saying he's the GOAT. I know a lot of opinions will change that don't have him as the GOAT now. The problem is you can't be the GOAT while you're still doing it. You know what I mean? They need you to get away from it so they could go ahead and give you your props, man. You know how it is, bro. I think Rudy going to be the same way. As he gets away from the game, people will look back on his defensive performances, his DPOY wins, and they'll give him greatest defensive player in league history to me.
Yeah, and like 4 years, man, that's huge. That's huge, man. Like you say, he deserves it. Even while he's still playing, like you say, man, it's kind of hard. A lot of people don't give out the flowers while you to accept them in the game. So,
yes, sir.
I think, man, that he, like I said, he did it. He the one that came out to perform, and he's showing it, and he's doing what he has to do to help his team win and pull it off. 4 years in a row, 4 years, that's huge.
4 years. It wasn't in a row, but he got 4 of them though. But
yeah, that's and it wasn't in a row. But yeah, it's huge, and I tip my hat up to Rudy.
That's what's up. So Rudy got his 4th DPOY, and he actually just had the birth of his child. That's why he missed the game too. There's been a lot of conversation about that too, man. Some people felt, even though the Timberwolves won, some people felt like, I heard someone say, hey man, I would have missed that because you don't know if you're going to be in the playoffs again. Well, he doesn't know if he's going to have a child again either.
I agree.
Like, he should miss the birth of his child. Like, it's a guarantee he will have another child born, but it's not a guarantee he will have as deep of a playoff run. So that some people were mad that he missed the game for the birth of his child, but I'm not. Clearly, he come to work every day. He won Defensive Player of the Year, and he shut Jokic down in Game 1. So shout out to Rudy for winning his MVP, or not his MVP, but his Defensive Player of the Year for the 4th time, man. I respect guys that come to work every day and do what they supposed to do. And that's what Rudy's job is to be a defensive player. So yesterday in boxing news, we had another big fight possibility announcement, man. Canelo Alvarez and Bud Crawford, which, I mean, I don't know how much stock I want to put into this fight because Bud Crawford is coming so many weight classes underneath Canelo. However, I can't help but want to see the fight because Bud is a beast and Canelo is a beast. And it's just 2 super confident, super determined fighters that would take the ring, man. And I think they would do it they're going to do it in Canelo's weight class. So Crawford would be coming up 2 weight classes from his last fight with Earl Spence. But I don't know what he's fighting his next fight at in August. He might be at 154 for that fight. But I know he was at 147 when he just fought Earl Spence. But he's going to go up to 160 to fight Canelo? Bro, that's a lot of pounds, man. 160 to 147, DB. What you think about the possibility of that fight, man? And would you go to it? Would you want to see it?
Yeah, I would want to see it. I think it's gonna be a nice fight. Very competitive type of deal, man. Especially with him coming up all those weight classes and everything, dealing with this new type of weight that's on him. Because for one, when you're not really used to carrying this type of weight, it makes a difference.
Right.
You're not used to it, and then also weight kind of slows you down when if it's not if it's not managed right and you're not used to it. You know what I mean? Like it's things you have to do to keep that speed at somewhat a sustainable pace. You know,
I think the most important part is strength, don't you? I think the biggest thing that Crawford gonna face is, does he have the strength to hurt Canelo at that weight? Because Canelo's 160. He's been getting hit by 160 pounders. He actually fought, I think, light heavyweight. He fought a light heavyweight bout against Dimitri Bivol. Canelo's used to taking them heavy punches, bro. Yeah. Is Bud used to taking those punches, and can he dish those punches is what I'm worried about.
Right, and getting to that,
yeah.
I think that sometimes, man, you know what? I agree with, can he take the punch? Can he take the punch?
Yeah.
Because that's the part that's going to matter. You know what I mean? Can he take the punch? And if he obviously can't take the punch, he's going to need a great he's going to need a great defense. And he's also going to need a great offense, because here's the thing with that. He don't have to knock him out. He just got to beat him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Whether that's winning by decision or you know, that could be the thing for him. You know what I mean? That's the option that he could possibly go for. So yeah. I just think that as long as he have a great defense and a nice offense, and don't try to go for the knockout if he don't have the strength.
Yeah, he probably definitely shouldn't go into a fight with Canelo being that much up in weight classes trying to knock him out. He definitely better go in there with a point strategy, if you ask me. I know Bud got good power, but nah, you don't want to go up that high and think you're gonna knock somebody out. You play that game, you gonna get knocked out. Yeah,
he's most definitely gonna get knocked out. And we know another thing, you know, the weight. We know when he has to wait, you know, the way to kind of.
But you know, he don't have to necessarily put that weight on, DB. Weight classes are designed for you to be under the weight. So he could stay at his regular weight. He could stay down there where he's used to being. He could stay 147. He could go into that fight at that weight. It just wouldn't be to his advantage. You're going to need to be a little bit heavier just to not be moved around the ring so easily when you're getting hit by your opponent. You know what I mean?
I agree. I agree, because I think like I said, I think it plays a part even when it comes to, you know, that first step. You know, when like Canelo's, you know, rushing him.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like you said, he's throwing that body at him, he's pushing him and everything, like pretty much just bullying him or having his way with him. You know, so I think he should move up the weight class, like I said, and that's part of that defense we're talking about. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's part of that defense. That's going to help him with that offense. And if you're not, and it's going to stop him from being tired as fast. And maybe that weight could also get Canelo a little, you know, a little more fatigue, and you know, where he could tire him out a little faster too,
right?
And not make it as easy for him.
Yeah,
because him too light, it's going to be an easy thing. You know, I mean, he don't want to make.
Well, that's why Canelo is like, yeah, we can have a fight, but you're going to have to come up here. I ain't coming down. Canelo's not going to weight drain himself to go get knocked out by Bud, because that's what would happen if he tried to go 154 or something like that. He going to be too weight drained, and Bud going to knock him out. But Bud will retain all of his minerals if he go up, and Canelo will obviously retain his because he be fighting at his regular weight class. It's just that weight disadvantage. But I'm a Bud Crawford fan, bro, and I believe in bro. And I personally think that he sees something in Canelo to where he feels he has the advantage. That's the only reason that Bud will take the fight. He one of the more cerebral boxers that I've ever been a fan of. And obviously he's undefeated. Canelo's got 2 losses. So Bud's not going in that ring with it even being an option that he could lose, because he hasn't faced that. You know what I'm saying, DB? So that's, even though it seems lopsided to fight, well, not seems lopsided, even though it is lopsided to fight, because Canelo would have the clear advantage being the heavier fighter in the heavier weight class. I still got a lot of confidence in Bud Crawford going into a fight like that.
No, and I agree. I agree. I think it's gonna be a good one, man. I hate to go against Bud. I hate to go against Bud, but guess what? Somebody gotta be the bad guy.
Hey. So you think Canelo can pull it off? You think Canelo will put him down?
Man, I think every man bleeds the same. It's the same as every man talks and walks the same. You know, so I think, you know, everyone, you know, everybody's body should and normally functions the same.
Right.
So, hey man, I'm going with Canelo.
Canelo. Well, I hope that happens. Right now, it's just negotiations. It's just talks. But I know it, man. That's big business right there. That fight gonna happen. You're talking about $40-50 million a piece right there, man. I pray it comes into fruition, brother. Me, myself.
Oh, yeah, like I said, that's big business, man.
Big business.
I gotta see it, man.
You and me both, look, cuz. You and me both. Well, we also have tonight facing off NBA playoffs. We just got one game tonight. That would be the Pacers and the New York Knicks tonight. Pacers take on the Knicks for game 2 in Madison Square Garden, DB. Who you got?
The Pacers takes on the Knicks in Madison Square Garden.
You know, the Pacers almost had them in game 1, man. If it wasn't for Halliburton with that 6-point performance, I think we up 1-0. Even though you picked the Knicks in the first game, but I'm going with my Pacers in game 2. I think we're gonna get one.
And guess what? I'm gonna stay running with the Knicks.
Okay.
I think the Knicks don't take them again. And I think, guess what? Even if Halliburton tends to show up some type of somewhat,
you think
I don't think that someone else is liable not to show up.
Yeah. I don't know. I think Pascal Siakam due for a 30-point or a 40-point game. I just think he is, man.
Yeah, I mean, and like I say, man, anything is possible, man. But you know, like you say, man, role players don't play the same, man, when they on the road, man.
I agree.
And you know, going there in the Knicks house, man, they ready, man. They, you know, they get closer and closer, man, to where they trying to be, and the closer they get, they can see it, they can feel it, they can smell it, they can taste it. You know what I mean? And I don't think that they're gonna make it no easier than what it is. I think it's only gonna get harder, and if the Pacers don't lay down, they're gonna make them lay down. You know what I mean?
Right.
Me honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I think I see a sweep or a gentleman sweep.
Wow, man, you sweeping everybody, bro.
Yeah, man, bro was out this year, man.
The Lakers got gentlemen swept, man, and you just stuck on people getting swept this plate, man. You a hater, cuz. You a hater on teams that ain't your team, man. I'm just gonna come on out and say it for everybody who watches and think it, cuz you a hater. No, I'm just talking stuff, man. But no, I don't think it's gonna be no sweep, man. The Knicks they don't overmatch against the Pacers like that. Pascal Siakam due for a 30-point game. Miles Turner was the best player in game 1. Tyrese Halliburton is not gonna continue to have 6-point games, DB. And Brunson ain't gonna continue to drop 40. I'm saying it right now. He not gonna get 40 every game. He may get one more, but that's it.
One more
40-point game. That's what I'm giving him. And that might be in a loss.
It might be in a loss. This was a Siakam 30-point game, huh?
Yeah, that 30-point Siakam game is definitely going to be a win for us.
Okay, well, all right. Okay. I don't know, man. I can't wait to see. You know, like I said, there's been a lot of sweeps going on, man. You know, even with what's your boy name? KD. And he was swept. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he was.
Who else was swept? Pelicans was swept. Right?
Pelicans got swept, yeah. Lakers got gentlemen swept.
Like, hey, we got a little something out of it, but you know what I'm saying? It's been happening.
It's been happening, bro. I agree. This is the year for that, man. This is the year for that. Hey, yeah, so we will be in the building if that boy Crawford and Canelo happen, bro. You gotta know that. Yeah, I don't got Indy in 7 games. I got Indy in about 6 games beating the Knicks, personally, myself.
Okay.
Yeah, about 6 games. That's about as far as it's gonna go.
All right, well, I give him at least 5.
5, okay. 5 for the Knicks. We'll see. Hot topics, DB. Hot topics. What you got for me today?
Man.
I know you got something.
Oh, man. Your boy Drizzy and Kendrick. That's what I got for you.
Okay.
This thing is really going left field. It's really blowing itself out of proportion. You know, it's looking like an old Tupac and Biggie thing, man. It's what it's trying to be. You got
so we done left rap battle territory, is what you're saying. We not there no more.
Yeah, we not there no more, man. You got allegations of Kendrick, you know, but we know that Drake's home was shot up and that the treaty was injured. But the allegations is that Kendrick has something to do with it, and he's been investigated.
Well, how could they think that though?
Because you know,
Kendrick. I mean, LA is a long way from Toronto, is what I'm saying.
Hey man, when you got money and you got guys, you do anything you want to do, and the fact that people move and travel all the time, and if when you that connected, you know, it's easy to get intel on a person, you know what I mean, and know that we're into words and everything like that.
Yeah, but Kendrick Lamar is a rich man, bro. This is just rap. You think he's so stupid as to risk his wealth to have somebody slide on Drake and shoot up his crib just to? Oh, it was Drake's house in L.A. I thought Drake's house was in Toronto. I thought that I saw the Toronto Police Department. I saw Toronto police cruisers outside on site. I thought that this shooting happened in Toronto.
No, I know Kendrick. I know Drake got a house down the street from Kanye and Kim Kardashian
in L.A.
In L.A.
So that's where the shooting happened.
And so I believe that's where the shooting happened at, and that's what's been going on, man. I think it was just too easy. It was just too easy to get to him because no one's going all the way to Toronto to do no harm to nobody. Like that, like, you know, that's not a CIA.
No, bro.
Thing.
Drake's security guard seriously injured in shooting at Toronto mansion. That happened in Toronto.
Well, okay. Well, maybe that was a.
Yeah, because when I was watching the news reportings, I saw Toronto on the side of the police cruisers. Yeah, that happened outside of his home in Toronto. He probably has a mansion in LA, but this shooting happened in Canada. That's crazy. That's what I'm saying. How does Kendrick become, because of a rap beef on the internet? How are you talking about Kendrick Lamar is getting Drake's house shot up from LA? That's crazy.
Well, you know what? Maybe it was an upset fan. They didn't like how Drake did Kendrick in the rap battle.
Right. Now, see, I can see that angle being taken. Oh, maybe what Kendrick Lamar is doing on the internet with Drake is influencing this type of activity to happen to Drake's house or at Drake's house. Maybe, but you can't literally pinpoint that on Kendrick Lamar. You got to do a lot of investigating. That's what I'm saying. They jumped over a whole bunch of leads if they jumped from Toronto all the way to LA.
What's it leads?
Yeah, a lot of leads, bro. And then they saying it's a drive-by. That's definitely crazy, bro. I don't know.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. That is a big reach. I say it could have just been an angry fan because, you know, Drake had his way in that rap battle. So
he did.
You know,
Drake had his way, or Kendrick had his way.
Drake had his way, and he just agreed with it. And another thing, that whoever did it probably couldn't take it, and they thought that Kendrick lost. and when they all over.
Man, are you serious?
Hey,
well, wait a minute. What about the angle that people are taking that's saying that Drake has staged this? He staged it to get out of the rap battle. Because I heard somebody say that. Somebody said he staged, or it's a possibility he could have staged the event at his house just to, I don't know, get the court of public opinion to say, well, he got bigger issues now. He need to just tap on out.
Well, that would be the most dumbest, that would be the most dumbest way to go about it, considering the fact that it can get very dangerous.
Right.
And this has to do with taking someone's life. So you're going to end a rap battle and staging a shooting at your house to risk someone else's life. That's crazy.
It's crazy out here in these streets, DB. You'd be surprised what we be seeing, cuz.
When I think, right. When I think only thing it takes for a person to do is just not to respond no more. Just stop responding.
Right.
That's how you end a rap battle. They don't respond no more.
Don't respond no more, baby. That's how you end it. Well, and this is how we gonna end this, on this note.
You are listening to the all-new Grindtime Sports Talk in the Mornings with Baldhead and DB. Check us out Monday through Friday on the Grindtime Media Network.
Check us out Monday through Friday on the Grindtime Media Network. I am Baldhead. This is DB. We signing off for today, y'all. Peace.
Peace.
Check us out Monday through Friday on the Grindtime Media Network. Check us out on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to your favorite podcast. Please like, share, and don't forget to subscribe.